Greetings, world! Us hairy game lords have ventured off planet this evening to a new planet. Planet unknown. What did we think? Find out. So, bearded lady here. This is a prototype that you are viewing today, and it is by Adam's Apple Games. Well, this game, oh my word. First of all, it's, I'll let somebody else who's better at it tell you what you do. Pete. Basically, I will now try and attempt to tell you. Everybody has a player board like so. Yes, straight away you instantly feel like this is a cool player board. Nice and big, reminds me a little bit of Terraforming Mars. But in Terraforming Mars, everyone doesn't have their own planet to terraform. Ha 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 ha! You also have this, which is just full of great and wonderful things for you to unlock and help you as you create something beautiful on this planet. But of course, the best thing about this game happens to be the central unit in which you get all of the, what are these, like Tetris shape, what are they called? What's the
polyominoes?
That, whatever. Check this out. Don't want to tip it up any further. This is a Lazy Susan.
Can't get her to do anything.
She's just so lazy, but we love her for it. Look at that. Just feels so satisfying. And as you can see, it is, well, maybe see, it's split up into different segments, like pieces of a pie or cake. If that segment is facing you, then you get to choose the top one of these two locations. Oh, so good. This game, and you'll find out more about it as somebody will tell you more about it. But this game for me, instant winner. Instantly, this game became one of in my top 10. I've played games before where you've got to fit together bits and pieces like that, you know, Tetris. But like Bear Park or Baron Park. I have Baron Park in my collection. When this bad boy lands, I am not going to have it in my collection. Goodbye, Baron Park. Hello, Planet Unknown. This is a great game, one that doesn't take too long, is so much fun to play, with an element of a bit take that in there, also as you're then trying to build up what you're trying to do, focusing on what you're doing, but then having a look, oh, you might need that. Well, I'll make sure when I choose the Lazy Susan wheel, you ain't going to get the piece that you need. Ha! Awesome. There's just so much good stuff about this game. I could go on, but I'm going to let these two go on instead. Ha ha! From me, loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Absolutely loved it. In essence, what you're trying to do is score as many of these medals as you can. You get medals for every single column you complete and every single row you complete. So it's about filling this board with full lines. Now, that sounds relatively easy. You've got lots of different shapes that you can build and put onto that. But because of the way the shapes work and the way that the drafting works, so when it's your turn, you get to choose which way it faces, but then when it's the other 2, 3, 4 players' turns, they get to choose. So you might not get the shape that you want. And you have to always lay the next tile adjacent to a tile that's already been laid. So you might not be able to get the right one in to fill the gaps. And any row that has got a gap in it doesn't count. Now, when Andrew shows you the tiles, you'll notice on tiles there are 2 different resources. That's where the tracker comes in. So this one has got the water resource. So you've got the water track on here, and as long as you place water on one of the bits with water on the planet, you can move up the water track, and as you move up the water track, you gradually pick up different numbers of medals. You've also got some other ones here where if you land on that one, You're able to move any other of your tracks up by one. There are some other brilliant bits. You put one of these ones down with the red on it. This is the rover track. And the minute you place your first one, you are able to place your first rover onto your planet. And then as you move up, you get to be able to move that rover around your planet. Why do you want to do that? Well, on the planet, you have at the start of the game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these pods. Now, these are, he says, losing one. There we go. 6 of the pods on one of these spaces. Those pods will be lost, and they are point scoring opportunities at the end if you place a tile over them. But if you're able to get your rover onto the pod, you're able to collect that pod and score it. There are other tiles that bring in some interesting stuff. This one here with the meteorite. When you get a meteorite, you have to place a meteor onto your planet. That counts as a gap on one of your rows and columns. Immediately now you can't score that row. That might be one of the central rows that scores you 3 medals. That could be the difference between winning and losing. Yet again, in comes your rover. Your rover can collect the meteors, and for every 3 meteors you collect, you gain another victory point. So you get your points for completing your map. You get your points for collecting your meteors up with your rover. You get your points for collecting your life pods. And as you move up your tracks, you gain more medals. And in essence, at the end of the game, you total all your medals. The person with the most medals wins the game. This was a brilliant game. Absolutely loved it. So much fun. Definitely get behind this on Kickstarter. You will not be disappointed.
Hi, David Gray here. I'm not going to beat around the bush too much. This is an absolutely awesome game. What more can I say? This is, without going into hyperbole, this is one of the best games I've played in quite a while. It's got pretty much everything, so it looks really cool. So it's got Tetris. Way! Who doesn't like a bit of Tetris? Thank you very much. So there's nothing more frustrating than I was really enjoying filling my board up really neatly without any gaps. There's nothing more frustrating than doing that and then having in front of you a couple of pieces, whichever one you choose, you're going to leave a gap. That is so annoying. But the joy of filling out your planet, it's awesome. And some of these, obviously that one and that one, it's really important that you fill those. Fill the big lines and away you go. Drop a meteor on somebody right in the middle, they lose loads of points. So it's got to take that as well. Meteors, got to love it, especially towards the end game, because you control the Lazy Susan. You can make sure that the person you want to gets a choice of 2 cards. It's all open play. You can pick 2 pieces, both with meteors on. Have some of that sunshine. How's your planet now? Got a meteor in the middle of it. Love it. But anyway, calm. Few other really cool things. Everybody at the start has not a secret mission because it's open play, but a card that gives a bonus. So in this case, whoever's got the least red tiles on their board gets some victory points. And that can be the person either side of you as well. It's not just for you to play. So take a sneaky peek over there. I'll have some of that. And plan your play accordingly. I had one where I had to have the most tech touching the edge of the planet. 5 victory points in the bag. Thank you very much. You also, as part of your tracker, you've got these civilization cards that first person to get so far up the tracker gets their pick. And it might be something like a couple of victory points. Thank you very much. Have some of that. Or, really cool thing is these little biomass tokens. Don't look like very much. Little tiny square, that's all it is. However, they are absolutely worth their weight in gold for filling those annoying little gaps. And all of a sudden, one of those in the right place can be up to 6 victory points if it's smack bang in the middle of your planet, filling that hole. Got everything. And played in 45 minutes maybe. So you could quite easily play 2-3 games of this in one night. Up to 6 players. I quite liked it with 3 or 4 because it meant that you can keep tabs on what everybody else is doing. You're largely concentrating on your own board, but just having a bit of that, Pete, you seem to be doing quite well. Have an asteroid, mate, is really good. And just being able to stiff people who are working on a plan, giving them a really rubbish shape just to go in the middle. Satisfaction all over. Beautiful game. Get it backed.
What was its name?
I don't know.